my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Wow. What just happened with that cliffhanger ending of The Flash Season 7 Episode 2. What an amazing episode, guys. This was just absolutely insane. So happy to be back with The Flash. It's the second episode of the season, and already we are getting into things, and that ending, that cliffhanger ending. Wow. Spoilers, by the way, we're breaking this down in depth with all the spoilers, but wow, that ending. I mean, I'm going to save it for the end, wow. Oh, I don't even know what to say, but that was insane. But you know what? Deep breaths. I can calm down a bit. Let's save that for later, and let's talk about the rest of the stuff that happened in this episode. So, anyway, we start off the episode with actually a memorial for Wells, all of the Wells, and this was the thing that really made me think, like, wow, Wells is really dead, like, all of them, and we're never getting them back, and, well, that ending, but again, we'll save that. So, it was a very emotional memorial thing, kind of revisiting all the best memories with all the different Wells, it was cool seeing all those flashbacks and stuff. But this was actually one of my favorite parts of the episode, where we found out that they actually have this whole room inside of Star Labs that's basically to honor all of the fallen heroes that have worked with Team Flash before. So we saw, like, the goggles of Leonard Snart, aka Captain Cold. We saw the Firestorm suit to honor both Ronnie and Stein. We saw Nora's suit. We saw something for Jessie as well, Jessie Quick, which, as far as we knew, she wasn't dead, but apparently she is dead. So that was a really cool scene there. I did like seeing that. That was really cool. But another great thing is that Cisco is finally back from his trip, and he was getting some Atlantean tech, which was also hinted at last season. Man, if they could do an Arrowverse Aquaman, even if it was just for like a couple episodes on The Flash, that would be awesome. Because basically, Cisco has interacted with Aquaman off screen. Like, I would love to see that. So that was pretty cool seeing that there. But then we get the reveal of a new power that Barry has, because now that he has his speed from the artificial speed force, he has this new power, and he basically can kind of see the future. It's like super speed thinking, and he basically goes full on, well, spoiler for WandaVision, but he goes full on white vision mode. Like, he goes white vision mode here, just basically turn into a robot computer Flash, which was pretty cool. And Cisco has this quantum ball thing that he uses to help Barry test out his powers. And yeah, he can basically see the future, and he's basically a supercomputer, which is just absolutely insane. And so then Barry is able to actually locate Eva, and he calls Frost for backup, so great to see her back as well. She looks amazing as always. And he lets her get shot. And then when they get back to Star Labs, he injects her with something that saves her. But, he let her get shot. And that was apparently just because there was like a 0.0012-ish% chance of the tachyon device that he was wearing getting hit. So he didn't want to risk that. And this is where you start to see those hints and those layers of this Barry is not good. Like, he is not in his right mind, because now he's basically lost all of his emotions, and that's one of the things that makes Barry who he is his emotions. So this is definitely not good here at all. But Barry just keeps going on and doing his own thing, and basically does what a computer would do, full on white vision Flash mode here. And then he tells the team that Eva is actually Mirror Eva, and the real Eva is dead, as we saw revealed at the end of last episode. And then he literally exposes her at an interview that she's having, and then he says, like, oh, we don't have enough dark matter energy or something to bring back all of our friends, so we have to choose. And then we find out it's a simulation, but still, you see where he's telling the team about this, and they're like, all right, we gotta vote. And then they literally vote on who to keep and who should die. So it's like, should we save Iris, or should we save Camilla and Singh? And it ends up being a 3-1 vote, and Iris would end up getting trapped there. But again, that was a simulation. So then Barry's like, well, that simulation didn't turn out how I wanted it to, so I'm just gonna go off and do this on my own. So then he does that. Cisco actually confronts him first, and then the whole team gangs up on him. So we got a cool Team Flash versus Flash battle here, which was really awesome to see. And then what was even more awesome was that Frost actually got herself some of the Velocity X. So now she's a speedster, at least for this part of the episode. Or should I say freester, freester, speedster, yeah. And then she throws like this frozen, icy lightning bolt to stop him. But then, of course, things go wrong. Barry comes out on top, and he's the only one standing. And then he opens up the portal to the Mirrorverse, and he finds Iris. And we saw earlier in the episode how Iris met up with Camilla, and then they met up with Singh, but then stuff went wrong. They like passed out and having seizures and everything. And when Barry tries to take out Iris and leave behind Camilla and Singh, Iris won't do it. She's like, I'm not going to leave them behind. But then Barry, being the white vision Barry that he is in this episode, he sucks her out of there. And he's just gone completely insane because he doesn't have that emotional reasoning to actually make good decisions. So he sucks her out of there. But then as soon as she gets back in the real world, it's like, oh yay, Iris is back and everything. But then she starts having a seizure. She like passes out and everything. And then this is what makes his emotions come back. And then he sees the pain all around him. Literally all his friends on the ground. He's responsible for that. So then he decides to destroy the artificial Speed Force, which was not something I was expecting, because now that basically means that the Wells died for no reason. Their Nash's sacrifice was worth nothing. And now, how is Barry going to have super speed? I'm really interested to find out, what are they going to do now? Because the artificial Speed Force was the only answer before. So I have no idea what's going to happen now. Maybe somehow the OG Speed Force is going to come back, or actually have a theory about that ending, which, again, we'll talk about that. But then also another quick scene that we got before the end of the episode as well was that we saw this police officer go into an elevator and then got pulled into the Mirrorverse by Eva, which, by the way, why do you have a mirror in an elevator? That kind of just doesn't make sense. And Eva obviously is not the real Eva. The real Eva is dead. So this is the mirror Eva, and she doesn't like that. So I feel like her plan here maybe now is that if she replaces everyone in the real world with mirror duplicates, then that would be the perfect world and she wouldn't be so out of place or something. It's very twisted. It's a twisted way for her to want to just fit in, and it's definitely the wrong way of going about it, but I have a feeling that's her plan. Now let's talk about that ending scene, which was just absolutely insane. So we have a flashback to OG Ebarthon from season 1 killing the OG Harrison Wells and taking his face and everything, and then we see that the OG Wells is buried there at the side of the road. But then when Reverse Flash speeds away, all of a sudden all these green sparklies start floating around the grave, and it's like, wait, what is happening? What is happening? And then boom, OG Wells is standing there and he is back. And I have so many questions. First of all, how and why is this happening? And what does this mean going forward? Because, again, this is a flashback. This takes place before Barry even got his speed, before he even became the Flash. So how is this going to affect the future? Is this going to, fully change a bunch of things, kind of like Flashpoint, but not to that extent? I don't know. That seems pretty interesting. And, again, with what I was mentioning before about my theory of how Barry may get his speed back, maybe this OG Wells is kind of going to be like the Speed Force fairy or something like that, where this version of Wells now can bestow upon him speed. I mean, I don't know. There's really no proof or evidence of that, but with all his green sparklies and everything, I don't know, maybe. But this is just really cool. This episode really got me back into the Flash because this just excites me so much, especially because this OG Wells, we never really got to see him. We saw Wells in the first season, but that was really Thawne the whole time. And then we saw Harry Wells in season 2, but that was from Earth 2. So we never really saw the original Harrison Wells from Earth 1. So now we're going to be seeing that, and that is just awesome. And like I said, this has really gotten me back into The Flash, because the past, like, 3 seasons, I've been like, like, The Flash, it's still probably the best show on the CW, except, I don't know, with Superman and Lois here now. But, like, I just wasn't really into it. And with this whole mirror storyline with Eva and everything, like, parts of it are cool, but I haven't really been into it that much. But now, just this episode, so much cool stuff went down here. We got to see this supercomputer, like I said before, white vision version of Barry. We got to see Cisco come back. Frost came back. Frost turned into a Freezeder and went full on super speed mode and everything. And now Iris is back, but now the artificial speed force is destroyed, and then you got this setup with Eva and this flashback ending, which, wow, it was just such an insane episode, and this is one of the best episodes of The Flash I've ever seen. This was just such a great episode, and wow, I just really loved this. I mean, really the only thing that was missing was Chester. Like, that was one thing I was confused about, like, why is Chester all of a sudden not here? But, you know, maybe he's just taking a day off from Star Labs, but, you know, it was a great episode. I love this episode so much, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode, especially following up after that major cliffhanger with OG Harrison Wells back. Like, what is going to happen after that? It's going to be insane, and I can't wait to see what happens. So, guys, of course, let me know all your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. What do you think about this episode, and what do you think will happen in the next episode and the future of The Flash Season 7? So, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe